Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a 2-year, 20,000 kilometer or 12,000 miles review on my 2024 S1000RR. I bought this bike about 2 years ago. It's June of 2024. I've ridden it quite a bit. I'm about 19,500 kilometers, but I figured it's close enough for the 20,000 kilometer review. Yeah, let's go over everything this bike's costed me, how it's treated me, how I've treated it, and go from there. I had about 1,000 kilometers on this bike when I took us on its first road trip. I went from Edmonton, Alberta, down to California, Southern California, Los Angeles County, all that area. And I drove down through this, like about central US, and came back up the coast, the Pacific coast, through Oregon, all that. I put about 8,000 kilometers on it during that time, which is 5,000 miles, give or take. At that point, the bike was completely stock. I had no modifications, nothing, was completely stock. Made it through that trip flawlessly. After that, I drove around a little bit more, nothing's hard, no hard stuff really. The next summer of 2025, I once again rode it all the way down to California and back up, but roughly the same route. Again, about 8,000 kilometers or 5,000 miles, I think a little bit more that time. And that time I did have BT Moto Tune on it, as well as a full exhaust system, and those were the only mods I had at that time. Once again, worked flawlessly the whole time, no issues whatsoever. Speaking of mods, one of the first things I did on this bike, I got the BT Moto Tune. Well, it took about a year for that, so I got a stage 2 flash tune with all their stage 2 things, which include the IAT sensor relocation, the velocity stacks, and I think it was the air filter, so it's called air filter. Replaced that as well, and along with that I got a full Akrapovic titanium exhaust with the full length slip-on. When I bought this bike in 2024, there was a couple of things that I wanted on the S1000 as far as packages go. So I got this bike with the comfort package, or I think that's what the package is called, convenience package, which includes the heated grips, cruise control, and different riding modes and so on. I also got it with the M package, which includes aftermarket, well, not aftermarket, but the M rear sets, forged wheels, and that might be it. It also has a different chain. It has a M Endurance chain, and I think that's mostly it for the M package. It does have the M seat, which I did replace with a Louis Moto seat cover, as well as the gold gel pack that they have as an option. So the seat has a different cover on it. I sent it in to Louis Moto. I got them to do all that. Definitely makes the seat a lot more comfortable, especially since I do mostly road tripping with this bike rather than track riding. As far as maintenance costs for this bike, I did the first service at about 500 kilometers. I bought it tried to get the kilometers in, got the service done the next day, because at the time I lived quite a ways away from a close BMW dealership. So I got the first service done the next day at about 500 kilometers, which was just over $400. It was about $450. Not sure what they do, but they had to do their oil change and they took the rev limiter off, so I had the full power. I did the second service that same summer after I completed the road trip, for the 10,000 kilometer service, which was about $750. For the first 3 years, I will be doing the services at a BMW dealership just to make sure I get all my warranty and everything, which helped me on later on with this bike, as I'll get to it. Yeah, that was about $750 for that. Seems a bit high, but I let them do whatever they want to it, so they do their whole brake fluid check there. I think the fluid change, or the coolant change, was only a 20,000 kilometer service, but yeah, they changed the air filter, the brake fluid, they checked everything. Seems a bit high, but I figured I'd just let them do it for the first 3 years. That same summer, I did strap down this bike with the front handlebars, as you usually do, and I had a strap in the wrong location, and I wrecked my cruise control, which Not quite sure what that cost. I'll pop the number up on screen, but I did have to pay for that myself. It wasn't warranty because it was negligence on my end. I had to take the blame for it because I had a strap around the handlebars and it kind of pushed on the cruise control button, and I had to replace that. For the third service, I had to do it this year. I just got it done here for the 20,000 kilometer service. Was about $670. I did save a little bit of money, I guess. I didn't get them to change the air filter this time because I have that aftermarket one in there. Yeah, they changed the coolant, they changed the brake fluid, they changed the brake pads, which altogether was $670, which was lower than the second service, which I'm not actually honestly sure what they did to it. I haven't even gone through my work orders, but I can pop up a list of everything that they've done. But yeah, the second service was $670. On the second service, they also noticed that my water pump was leaking, which is a common issue with these 23, 24 S1000s. That was covered under warranty. So they had to replace my water pump, delayed the service for quite a while. My bike was in the shop for over a month waiting on parts. But yeah, that was all covered under warranty. They replaced my water pump, they replaced the seals. I'll pop up the whole work order for that. And along with that, they noticed that my front fork seals were leaking, which I was hoping wouldn't have to be changed, but because they're electronic suspension, it had to be changed by a licensed shop or another shop that does electronic suspension, which there are very few of around here, which cost me about $830 total. This bike wasn't really stored properly during the winter. It was in a garage where the heating was on and off all throughout the winter, so it was warm, cold, along with my road trips through the desert, extreme heat, you go into cold. I could see how the fork seals would start to prematurely leak. So I don't think that's something most people should have to worry about after 2 years. But because of the circumstances that I have put this bike through, I think that's a pretty given thing. Other than that, I haven't really had to pay much else that I can remember. I have gone through quite a few tires. I run Bridgestone S23s. They might not be the best tire for road trips like I do with this bike, but I love the tires. I'm used to them, so I keep buying S23s. They wear prematurely on the center because I mostly go straight. I don't really take this bike on the track. That's what my Gixxer's for, but I keep buying them. They seem like a good tire. Yeah. One thing I don't think I mentioned when I bought this bike, I did get it with the carbon package, which at first I didn't know if it was worth it. Then I saw, S1000 with not the carbon package, with just black plastic. Carbon makes a huge difference. It makes the bike look a lot better. But yeah, we're gonna take this bike for a ride. I'll show you how it still rides. Yeah, those are basically the biggest expense I've had with it. Oh, we'll take her for a ride here. Cold start. Haven't started it up yet today, so you guys can hear what this Akrapovic exhaust sounds like. It is pretty quiet with the full length step-on. Reason I went with that is, well, I kind of want it more quiet. Yeah, considering I do a lot of road trips on this thing, I drive longer amounts of time at once. I wanted something less drony, so I don't really care that much for loudness. I just wanted a nice sound. But here we go. Sounds really, really good for what it is. Big recommendation changing that out as soon as you can, because the stock exhaust simply, it doesn't sound good. My stock Gixxer 600 sounds better than the stock S1000 did, but yeah. Take her for a little ride. Oh, I think I forgot to mention this, but part of the M package was these black levers as well. They're M levers or whatever, but they're black. That looks a whole lot nicer than the silver ones that you get without the M package. That's for 23, 24s. I don't know, the newer ones, they might all come with black ones. 25s and so on. That's just for the 23, 24s. But yeah, like I mentioned, the carbon package, it just looks so much better than having plastic right here. Like, you get to look at it the whole time you're riding. Yeah, everything works great on this thing. I never used DTC. If I were a track rider with this thing, I might play around with it, but I don't take this thing on a track. That's, like I mentioned, what the 600's for. Yeah, the cruise control works great. That's part of the comfort or convenience package. It's a great addition. I would never want to buy another. I never want to be without a bike that has cruise control. My Gixxer obviously doesn't have that, but that's fine. Having that is just a lifesaver. As far as comfort goes,
ergonomically, this bike is as perfectly comfortable as you could ever get a bike, I think. A lot of people ask me on my long road trips going, well, 13 days at a time, going at least 500 kilometers a day, that's give or take 500, if I didn't get sore. And the honest answer is no. The way this bike is designed, for a guy my size anyways, I am 5'10", give or take, half an inch. It is perfectly designed for a guy my size, where the knees they're resting in a good spot. My back, when I got my hands on the handlebars, is straight. It's not in an awkward position with the wind pushing my body back. It's honestly perfect. I didn't notice any sore muscles. Every now and then I had to stretch my knees, my legs, but that's just normal. You get that when you drive in a car too. Now the seat was pretty hard, especially with the M seat. So yeah, my ass did get pretty sore from that for the first couple of days. But now with the new Louis Moto seat, a couple little pops with the tune. It only does that in race pro mode, which is fine. So I can put it in road mode and then everything's nice and quiet. But yeah, as far as reliability, nothing really on this bike seems like it's not brand new. I mean, it is only 2 years old, but with the kilometers, let me just go, 19,329 kilometers. Not quite 20,000, but close enough. Yeah, with those kilometers, everything about it seems perfect. The heated grips work great too. I've never had any issues with them. I use them a lot when I ride in the mornings. Ooh, look at that nice Supra. Yeah, I use the heated grips a lot in the mornings, or if it's raining or something like that. One downside, I feel like this is an issue on a lot of bikes. When I signal to whichever direction, let's say left, and I want to go turn it off, if I push this in, it's supposed to turn the signal light off, very easily it'll push to the right. So a lot of times I think I turn the signal light off, meanwhile I'm actually signaling to the right. It kind of just pushes it over very easily. One thing I will mention, I might have mentioned it already, but I highly recommend getting some kind of tune for this thing if you ever buy a S1000, because the power band, right where I'm at, right, let's say 4 to 8,000 RPM, is terrible stock. That's the best way to say it. It's just terrible. Like right now I got pretty good power at 4,000 RPM stock. There is zero power there. You are not getting anywhere. If you are racing or anything like that, you have to have your RPMs above 8,000 to start, which is crazy. Even in third gear, I have quite a bit of power at those RPMs, where stock there's nothing there. Yeah, that's highly recommend getting a flash for it. Definitely elevates your whole experience. You don't have to go the full stage 2 or do all the extra little things. That's really minimal. Difference there isn't that huge, but even like a stage 1 BT Motos tune, I did mine in stages. Like I did the first stage 1 and then I tested it out. Even that alone improves it a whole ton, and it makes everything way better.
Hey guys, that'll be it for the video, for the review. Honestly, as long as I've had this bike, it's been worth it, every penny. I've had to do a couple things to it, but most of it was, you know, due to myself. And other than maintenance and stuff, which you could be doing a lot cheaper if you do want to save money. You could be doing that yourself. But I'm just doing it to make sure everything gets done for the warranty and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's 20,000 kilometers. Hopefully another 20,000 more. I'd like to do 10,000 a year, but I don't think I'm going to be doing 10,000 this year, as I won't be doing that trip to California. But hopefully next year I will be doing that again. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a great day.